Sha'Carri Richardson, if you ever get a chance to watch this video, I want to let you know that you are right. We are all human and we have all made mistakes in our life. Please stay tuned on my thoughts on Sha'Carri Richardson failed drug test. Thank you for clicking on this video, and thank you for coming back to my channel, Finish the Race VL, aka Victory Lap. My name is Liz. I am the host of this channel, and in today's topic, of course, we're going to talk about the most recent news on Sha'Carri Richardson. But before we get into Sha'Carri Richardson, I just want to say that I am a huge fan of the track and field sport. But when I got wind of her, I was definitely hooked, and I was definitely rooting for my sister, not only because that she is a American citizen here in Dallas, Texas. I live in Houston, but just for the simple fact that she is a young and up and coming track star. She's 21 years old, and she has a passion that I share with her because I love also running. Sha'Carri just recently did a exclusive live video on the Today Show, and I'm going to play this video so you can see the reason why she had failed the drug test.
Sha'Carri, I just want people to understand where you're coming from, and tell me if this is correct, but it was a few days before your big race and the trials, you found out that your biological mother had passed away. You found out when a reporter told you, and it was after that you ingested some kind of marijuana. I should mention, you were in Oregon. It's legal in Oregon. You didn't violate any law, but it was against the rules of your sport, and as you said, you knew that. But is that what happened? Is that how this unfolded?
Honestly, yes, that is the story. I had an interview scheduled with my agent. I knew I was having an interview. I knew going into the interview, I was just thinking it would be a normal interview, and then on the interview to hear that information come from a complete stranger was definitely triggering, was definitely nerve-shocking, because it's just like, how are you to tell me that? It's like, and no offense against him at all. He's just doing his job, but definitely that sent me in a state of mind, in a state of emotional panic, if anything. And still knowing that even though I'm here, I still have to go out and put on a performance for my dream, go out there and still compete to what it is. So yes, definitely triggered, and from there just blinded by emotions, blinded by sadness, blinded by just hiding hurt, honestly, for the fact that I know that I can't hide myself. So at least in some type of way, I was just trying to hide my pain.
Yeah. The Olympic officials, the U.S. track and field, the anti-doping agencies now have a decision before them. Unfortunately, you will not be able to compete in the Olympics in your race, your individual race, 100 meters. But there is a chance. It's a small chance, but there's a chance you could go to the Olympics and take part in the relay. Are you hopeful for that? Is that what you're holding out hope for at this moment?
Right now, I'm just putting all of my time and energy into dealing with what I need to deal with to heal myself. So if I'm allowed to receive that blessing, then I'm grateful for it. But if not right now, I'm really just focused on myself.
What would your message be to those who are considering that right now, who are thinking about that, and to your fans, who have fallen in love with you and were so proud of your performance and maybe crushed just as you are in that moment? What would you want to say to them?
I would like to say to my fans and my family, to my sponsorship, to the haters too. I apologize as much as I'm disappointed. I know that when I submit a track, I don't represent myself. I represent a community that has shown me great support, great love. And to y'all, I failed y'all. And so I apologize for the fact that I didn't know how to control my emotions or deal with my emotions during that time. And when I would just leave with my fans, or I would just leave out there, is that, like I tweeted and said yesterday, I'm human. We're human. My statement, what I always say in my interviews, I want to be as transparent as possible with you guys, whether it's good, whether it's bad. But when it comes to Sha'Carri Richardson, it's never been a steroid. It will never be a steroid attached to the name Sha'Carri Richardson. The charge and what the situation was marijuana. I'm not encouraging anybody to do it. I'm not saying, oh, don't do it or anything like that. But if you choose to do things in your personal time or things like that, you just should know or beware of the consequences, or just know, or just find different ways to just cope or do what it is that will make you feel better. But sitting here, I just say, don't judge me, because I am human. I'm you. I just happen to run a little faster. I understand there's going to be people that still have something to say that don't necessarily understand, and I wouldn't even.
Spoken from a true athlete, a person who clearly realized the mistake that she made due to the unfortunate circumstances of her losing her mother, and then finding out in an interview after a race that qualified her. She was in a position where, okay, I'm having an interview thinking I'm going to be talking about my performance and this race that I just, competed in. And then you have this interviewer not knowing or realizing if she even know or had known about the death of her mother. So could you imagine, just put yourself in that situation, put yourself in her shoes. Here you are, you on a high right now, because after they run, their adrenaline is still racing. They're still pumped up. And then you have this interviewer who's saying, well, how, matter of fact, let me pull that interview up. Okay, so I tried to research and find the interview of the reporter that, or the interviewer that had brought to her attention that her mother had passed away. However, I do have one interview where she explains about that right when she made that win, she expressed how she's doing it for her family, even after a fact, a week before her winning this race, her mother passed away. So here it is, she had to, persevere, even fight through, at the same time, she had to continue to persevere and continue to fight through and run her race, even though she was mourning. But what I can say is that you never know how some people are affected when a loved one has passed on. Some people go into a deep depression. Some people contemplate suicide. Some people are in denial. Some people go to drugs. Some go to drinking. Some do so many things to try to cope with that extreme emotion of loss, of losing a loved one. So now I want to highlight to you guys about her suspension, right? Her suspension can be up before the actual Olympic event, where she can still participate in the Olympics. Two, she has to prove that the marijuana that she had used was not for the use of athletic performance. And three, she will have to complete a substance abuse treatment program before the suspension is up. And if they grant her permission to proceed on, as they did other people in the past, and it's a possibility, then this is where she can let her light shine bright. Sha'Carri Richardson, baby girl, I'm like a big sister to you, and I know we don't even know each other. You live in Dallas, Texas, and I live in Houston, and I am rooting for you. And I had prayed this morning that they would give you an opportunity to overcome this failed drug test by you complying to whatever it is that they need for you to do in order for your chances to get back into that race. And even if not, I know you're going to continue your race. I know that you are going to continue to do your best, continue to practice and perform well until the next Olympics. Guess what? It's not the end of your race. It's not at all. And I'm sorry for your loss, and condolences to you and also to your family. Use this opportunity to be the fuel to make Sha'Carri Richardson a better Sha'Carri Richardson, not only in the track, but as an individual, at the way you think, the way that you speak, the way that you would use your platform to motivate other young women and men, even such as me. You've motivated me, because I realized that they talk about your slow start, right? You say it's like they all say in the whole world. If you watch my previous video, failure is a stepping stone to success. I actually shouted you out in that video, because they always talk about how your start is slow, but in the end, you be the first to win, right? So even though your start may start off a little slow, even now in this situation, if they don't allow you to participate in the Olympic event, that is showing you your slow start, right? But it doesn't matter. It's how you finish. It's when you get to the end, right? It's when you get to the victory lap. Your victory lap may not be at this moment, and it may. We don't know the end results yet, because we still got to wait in time to see if they're going to grant you leniency on participating in the Olympic, and I hope they will. But if not, just remember, just because this small hiccup might be a slow start to you, that doesn't mean that you will not get to the finish line. And we all know that. Guys, I hope that we all can learn from this situation. I'm learning from Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm learning from myself. We all are human. We have all make mistakes that set us back. But sometimes those mistakes are created to happen in order for us to be a better us as individual, to be a better you, to learn from the areas that you're weak in. That's what that opportunity is for. That's what this lesson is for, right? We are going to learn from that. In the end, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you guys got something from this. Please share, like, and comment on this video. Tell me what your thoughts on how you felt about the situation with Sha'Carri Richardson, with the failed drug test, and also the opportunities that she can overcome. So I'll see you guys until next time. Again, thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.